into the islands. Every day that we see those poles erected is a day of hope. So again, thank you for the partners, especially Bill. Thank you. We have meetings. I want to give thanks again, of course, to our president who signed our declaration of emergency, declaration of disaster. Today he signed again additional emergency declaration of various parts of FEMA, and maybe
I can speak to some of this.
As much as we gave preparedness to our community, recovery is a long process. Again, thank you, and maybe at this point I would like to ask
give some fidelity to some of the stuff that the governor just shared. Governor, thank you. It's an honor to be here to support you and the territory, your survivors and your citizens. So first off, thank you for your support to the federal family and the DOD and others, SBA that will be coming on board, and the Red Cross and all that are here, volunteers and everything. I think this is day 8. Feels like day 88, but it's a lot of work has been done. Tremendous amount of work to still get done. Our focus still remains on the health and safety of the survivors, right? That are in the shelters, that are not in the shelters, getting them as much of their needs met as possible. The governor indicated that the FEMA administrator talked to him this morning. The president has now approved additional programs to help support the survivors, specifically Category A, which is emergency debris removal. So now that program's turned on, we can start moving towards reimbursement of dollars being used, contracts that are being set up to move the debris and those types of things. And within the program of public assistance, we have also added our permanent categories of work for restoration, from roads to buildings to utilities to water facilities. So for permanent repair, construction, the damage to the schools, the devastation to the schools, in some cases totally destroyed. We're working a plan to bring in temporary schools to so we can start up and get the kids and the children back into schools, so you can get back to a new normal of getting some type of routine that gets folks back into that new normal. Specifically, very important to get the children back into school so they can graduate on time and all those other things. So,
I'm very proud to be here today. Admiral Davidson, the commander of all of the military forces in the Indo-Pacific, has directed that I lead a joint task force to come and assist Governor Torres and the federal effort to assist that's led by FEMA. So standing behind me are just a representation of the forces and the units that have come to help. Already, more than 350 troops are here. Their units have come to help. They've been augmented by people from Guam and from Hawaii. The Marines have come from Okinawa. DOD is here and standing with you. More forces will flow in the coming days, and more help is on the way.
As the Defense Coordinating Officer, it has been a privilege. The response and recovery for this is a triangle. At the top of that triangle is the governor, his leadership, the staff behind me, Vicki. They lead the effort. The federal family is here to support that. Title 10 forces and 40-something government agencies are already on deck to support. The other leg of that triangle is the non-government organizations, the Red Cross, and other such organizations that are here to help. Super Typhoon Yutu was the strongest storm on record this year and the strongest storm to have ever hit the United States. But it is not stronger than the will of the people of CNMI. It is not stronger than the team that CNMI has put together. And it is not stronger than the forces from the federal family that are here. Together, we will bring what is needed to the survivors, and we will get on that road to a new normal as quickly as we can. It is an honor and a privilege to be here.
Work with contractors, work with CNMI and PSS and the community college right, to determine, one, what type of units do we have to get? And we're looking towards some stuff like, they're called sprung structures. So that you need to put them down on concrete pads. They're aluminum frame structures that get opened up and you stretch, all-weather material over those. You can then bring in air conditioning units and wastewater and those types of things to that, and go in there and set up and partition up classrooms and offices. And so that's the target. And we're going to, based on the governor's priorities, right, and working through the public school system, work in that path. We're in the assessment process right now, looking at getting ready to order some stuff up so we can get it here. And the college that we're working with, part of this is what kind of rapid repairs can we do to put roofs up on some of those structures that aren't destroyed on those campuses, so you can start making a difference of saying, okay, I can start doing some type of that stuff before we look for temporary locations.
So, is there a time frame that you're planning to open again the classes?
I don't want to. There's a lot of moving parts to that. I wish I could give you a rock solid date. There are going to be opportunities where schools that weren't as heavily damaged, and I know that people are looking at certainly schools up north that haven't been damaged. It's too early to tell. What I first want to do is clear some sites and then work towards getting some temporary facilities down.
The temporary school, or two, look at another facility or another location where it will not damage the repair of what's going on within the school or college. So we should be seeing them, again, the effort that we did in Solar, you're looking at ×4 assistants coming in to assist us with a power pole, a power line, and the generators from here. Again, this is one typhoon but 2 islands that we're addressing. My priority is to make sure that we provide water and the power.
It's a $25 million going-in contract. Over 3,000 poles that are going to have to be replaced. Every pole, you have transformers, you got wire, you've got to get all that material on the island, and then you have to sync up how CUC wants to do it in a phased approach. So you go from the worst hit areas, or the less hit areas, to the worst. Last time after Sudalore, 778 poles were in the project. All but 12 of them had been put in the ground. Yeah, a couple of them, maybe a half a dozen fell over, right? But the rest stayed up. So it's proven resiliency. And as we set up the disaster recovery centers, there'll be a place to come and do it face to face with our folks.
Drive slow. We'll work on DPS and our other enforcement agencies to monitor the traffic. But drive some in and then having them drive around with telephone poles on the side. And get a bad experience of the CNMI. So again, as much as our economy is a priority, safety comes first. And I told that to MVA and I told that to our partners. We are trying our very best to come back to normalcy, but we gotta face reality. We just got hit by Super Typhoon. We want our tourists to come here to have an enjoyable time, enjoy the sun, enjoy the water, enjoy everything that what we have to offer. Not the shortfall, and not to see our recovery and going around taking photos of damages, and we don't want that as an experience. So again, we set that up for November 15th. That will give us some time to do our debris clearing, work with our partners, and then hopefully by then there's some normalcy and tranquility for our people. I know that some Garapan has some water flowing, a portion of Gualarai, Puerto Rico, Sadrutasi. The generator that we did that energized the well yesterday, hopefully we should be having our residents in Cagman. Donna Springs is up. Our Maui 1 out of Hobler was up running yesterday. Our Islip Field was running well yesterday. 4 others that was operating yesterday. Hopefully that they refueled the well. Again, we're gonna do some testing later on today. When that passes, then we're gonna come out with the schedule. What we're looking at is perhaps 2 hours every village to rotate everybody to have water flow in their homes. And we're optimistic hopefully by Friday or Saturday at the latest. So importante na ta continuas ti unagot ni famna agus na fanagwa za uno za nochu wapi na sensha ta fanazo da uno za nochu za dimos malaga zo talo bisangan nokri na zus mosi za giliso para todos hamzo men manajuda special hamzo ni totosan lago na ni visino siya na ni mangagi kini taluk si zus mosi and gilisot para todos hamzo ni manay and zudu. It's gonna be a long process, but sticking together como un familia, un organizer, se prestita build cinema strong, and we're gonna build it stronger.